Hello, my dear students. Very good evening. How you all are doing? Hopefully, you are fabulously doing with all your preparations for your exam. So, most probably, you will be in that mode of preparing for your theory exams and annual exam, right? So, right now, today, I am picking up class 12th session, my dear students, so that that will support you for your annual examination. It will be a quick revision as well as it will be a very high weightage kind of situation for this particular part. Electrostatics happens to be a highly important part in entrance exam scenario. So eventually I am planning to cover this particular part for the same thing. Okay. My name is Uttam Umarji. I'm your verified personal physics educator on Unacademy Live YouTube platform, and I'm a faculty with 19 years of experience. Now, talking about my profile in brief, I have taught for JEE Advanced, JEE Main Physics for 19 years at Delhi, Kota, Bangalore, and all across India, my dear students. And with the note of this, I'm very happy to tell you that I have taught almost like closely 10,000 plus students till date. And with this uh, with this scenario, so I'm very much happy and feel proud that I've taught to so many students and I have made my knowledge being useful to many students. Now let me just talk about my current working. I'm currently working at Prathana PU College Hubli in Karnataka, and this is my fifth month on Unacademy platform, my dear students. So that is the energy and enthrallment that I'm getting even today because of the love and affection from each of my students here. Uh, Now, let me just move ahead with what Unacademy has in store for you all. Unacademy has come up with a very beautiful plus subscription plan, and I will be explaining to you in the next few minutes regarding that. Okay, so Unacademy plus subscription. So if you are planning for plus subscription, if you are looking for a professional coach right by sitting at your home you would like to learn, then the best answer is Unacademy. Okay, so Unacademy plus subscription is definitely an added advantage over all the other players in the market. And in fact, my dear students, Unacademy's plan itself is to provide you quality education at a very much meager cost. That is what Unacademy has planned for you all. Okay, now let me just talk about what exactly it can give you. It can give you 20 plus top educators just like me and my friends, my colleagues. Okay, there are 10 plus batches which are in progress right now, and there are 250 plus courses which are running heavily. Okay, and already we have uploaded 2000 plus lessons for you all to go ahead and take a glance, learn, and be a master over that. And many more will be added every day, day in and day out. Okay, now with this note I can say what benefit we can get. Now benefits of plus subscription, I can say that firstly you will get a premium content at a very much affordable price. This is high benefit, is it not? Premium content at a very much affordable price. Okay, then we have a structured live courses with dedicated live doubt clarification sessions. Every course will have a dedicated live doubt clearing session, my dear students. Okay, and then quizzes are conducted at regular intervals for your self analysis. Then there are batches for complete preparation, my dear students. Okay, and we have a test series for DPPs. Like in case of test series, we have daily practice papers firstly, then we have full length mocks, and these all things come with analysis, my dear students. So your answering analysis, the way you have answered, how you have answered, which questions you have answered, okay, which is your strong area, which is your weak area, all these things would be highlighted. Okay, so what else you require? So hence I can say single subscription for unlimited access, that is Unacademy, my dear students. Okay, and hence I would say everything comes under one single plus subscription. You need not go ahead and subscribe repeatedly. Subscribe once and get fully benefited out of it forever. Okay, so I would rather say that this is what Unacademy plus subscription. Then what are the plans? Now subscription plans, you must be wondering how much it costs. Okay, what duration, all those things you might be having in your mind, no? So let me just answer to that now. Okay, so let me come with a pricing plan for this. Now first and foremost thing, we have a 1 month plan. This is a rocker because a 1 month plan comes with 1500 rupee per month. That's it. Simple, 1500 rupee per month. Look at this, a very huge cost benefit that you can get out of it for 1 month. Okay, then we have a 3 month plan. Now 1 month is 1500, 3 months would be naturally 4500, is it not? But it is not so, my dear students. Here you are being given a clear cut 750 rupee off for purchasing a 3 month subscription at once. Okay, and that too you can avail this with 0% EMI, and that EMI goes with 1250 rupee per month. Okay, so this is 3 months subscription plan for you, my dear students. Hopefully you agree with me. Now we have one more next beneficial plan, that is a 6 month plan. Now this I would recommend to each one of you because presently a 6 month plan would give you exact preparation time for your Karnataka CET and various other entrance exams. Okay, so it would cost 6000 rupee a month. So approximately 1000 rupee per month. Now imagine if you purchase 1 month plan, it is 1500. 1500 into 6, that should give you 9000, right? But your 3000 off is given to you straight away. So you can buy a 6 month plan directly by paying 6000 rupee. Okay, then we have 12 months plan. Now this 12-month plan will come at a cost of 8250. Okay, so for entire 1 year you are purchasing a plus subscription for entire 1 year for all the subjects put together. Imagine. Now over here an EMI benefit is 0% EMI, that is 687 rupee per month. Okay, then lastly we have a 24-month plan, that is 2 years plan, and this 24-month plan comes with a cost of 12,000 rupee. Okay, so 12,000 rupee for 24 months, obviously it means that the costing is per month 500 rupee, is it not? So hence it is 0% EMI you can avail at rupees 500 per month. Okay, so these are the plans that I was planning to explain to you. Now hopefully these all plans are like beneficial to you all. You can take a proper call on this and go ahead and enjoy the plus subscription, my dear students. Okay, now let me just move ahead with my next further part of discussion, that is the problems. Okay. Now, previous year questions on electrostatics. This is the part one, my dear students, and this in this part I would be solving some good quality previous year appeared examination questions. Okay. Now let me just move on with my discussion, my dear students. Before I move ahead, if at all you want to get another 10% off on all these beneficial plans, use my referral code UTTAMLIVE for 10% off. Now, this is the important thing I'm talking about. Okay, fine. This is your teacher's gift. Thank you. Now, let's move on to the next part, that is questions. Now, here we have our first question. When the distance between the charged particle is halved, the force between them becomes 1/4, half, double, 4 times. Okay, so obviously this question comes with Coulomb's law, is it not? Now, in case of Coulomb's law, we know that force is inversely proportional to square of the distance. So if distance is increased, force decreases. Okay, and over here what it is saying is the distance between the charged particle is halved. So when r distance r is made r by 2, r2 is made r by 2, at that time definitely 1 by 2 square is what? 1 by 4. So hence reciprocal of 1 by 4 is what? 4. So hence we can comfortably say that force becomes 4 times here. Okay, so hopefully this is clear to you all. Now let me just move on to the solution. F is inversely proportional to R. Because of that reason I can say when R is halved, the force becomes 4 times. Very simple, is it not? Now this is a question that we have cleared and answered, my dear students. Now let me just move on to the next part of the question quickly. Second question. Question number 2. There are two charges, plus 1 microcoulomb and plus 5 microcoulombs. The ratio of the forces acting on them will be, okay. Now, a force acting on 1 coulomb charge will be what? K into Q1 Q2 by R square. Now Q1 is plus 1, Q2 is plus 5. So Q1 into Q2, that product of the two charges is what? 5. Okay. And distance, I'll take it as R. So I'll write it as 5 by R square. So K into 5 by R square. This is what? Force on 1 microcoulomb charge. Similarly, let me consider force on 5 microcoulomb charge. Again, this force will be equal to what? 5k into 5 by r square. Don't you agree on this? Yes. So definitely I can say that the force is going to remain the same. Is it not? So hence we'll say same force will act on both the bodies, although their directions will be different. That is what we can say. So hence we can go with the answer as 1:1. That is option B here. Agreed? Okay. Now let me move on to third question. Now question number 3, it reads as a charge Q1 exerts some force on second charge Q2. If third charge Q3 is brought near, the force of Q1 exerted on Q2. Now obviously, whatever may be the situation, my dear friends, the force between Q1 and Q2 will change if the distance is changed. If you change the value of the charge, then only the value of force will change. So here I can say that even though charge Q3 is brought near, nothing can happen here, is it not? So hence the force will still remain as what? Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r square, because the product of the charges will remain same and the distance between the two charges is also the same. For that reason we can say that the force is going to remain the same. Okay, so this happens to be option C here. Is it not, my dear friends? Now let me move on to next question quickly. Fg and Fe represent gravitational and electrostatic force respectively between electrons situated at a distance of 10 centimeter. The ratio of Fg divided by Fe is of the order of, they're asking. Okay, so now over here I will be considering firstly gravitational force. Now, gravitational force between electrons, I will take it as Fg. Fg is equal to G me square by r square, because the formula for gravitational force is what? G m1 m2 by r square, is it not? So hence I'll write this as G me square by r square. Then we have electrostatic force between the electrons. So I'll write it as Fe is equal to K into E square by r square. Okay, now this is electrostatic force. Now after this we'll say that, taking the ratio now Fg by Fe, we can see that r square cancels off, then we are left with what? G me square by K E square. Okay, now this is Fg by Fe, my dear students. So accordingly I'll substitute the value of G as 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. Okay, Newton meter square, right? So you are aware of the unit, I hope so. Then mass of the electrons, mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31, right? It's whole square I'm writing, divided by K value is 9 into 10 raised to 9. K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, multiplied by charge on each electron is what? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 whole square. Now if you just work this out properly, then we will get the value something like what? 2.39 into 10 raised to minus 43. Now simply you calculate the power of 10, that's all. That should give you the order. So here I can say that 10 raised to minus 43 happens to be the order here, and this order is obviously option D here, is it not? Now let me move on to the next part, that is next question now. Question number 5 here. Okay, the ratio of the forces between two small spheres with constant charge, A in air, B in a medium of dielectric constant K is. Okay, now I can write it as Fa is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This is Fa. Okay, then we have Fb as Q1 Q2 by K into 4 pi epsilon naught r square, where K is what? The dielectric constant. Is it not? Then accordingly I'll take the ratio as Fa by Fb. If I divide both the equations, then I see that I'll get the ratio as 1 by 1 by K, that is K is to 1, right? So that happens to be the answer for us. Hopefully it is clear. Now let me just move on to sixth question now. A soap bubble is given a negative charge. Okay, then its radius, what happens to its radius? That is the question that they are asking us. Okay, now remember, whenever I give a negative charge to the soap bubble, now the negative charges which are situated on the spherical surface, that means soap bubble is sphere, no, spherical shape, so on the spherical surface they will repel each other, is it not? There will be electrostatic repulsion between negative charges. Because of that reason, what happens here? Due to mutual repulsion of charges distributed on the surface of the bubble, its radius becomes large. Because what happens? Two charges will repel each other. So that means they move away from each other like this. So if they are moving away, then the sphere as such will get expanded. Don't you feel that? Okay, so hence I'll go ahead with its radius decreases, that is option, its radius increases, that is option B. That is the answer, right? Now let me progress to the next question quickly. Now question number 7. Four charges are arranged at the corners of a square ABCD as shown in the adjoining figure. The force on the charge kept at the center O is. Okay. Now, this is in this question. Remember that the diagonal length of the diagonal is root 2 times of A. That is length of the diagonal. Okay. Half of that. That means distance AO, BO, CO, DO. All these half of that will be what root 2 by 2. That is 1 by root 2. So remember, all these distances are equal to each other. Fine. Then now what we'll do is we'll put a unit positive charge at O. Then eventually what happens here? The resultant force due to the charge placed at A and C will be 0 here. Okay. Accordingly, and resultant charge due to B and D. If you just take a look at B and D here, we see that B has plus 2q, D has minus 2q charge. They will attract each other. So obviously the forces will act, the resultant force will act along the diagonal BD from B to D. Towards D only the direction will be. So hence we can say that this is the answer that we are expecting. So resultant force due to resultant force will always be acting on along BD from B to D direction. That is what we mean here. Okay. Now let me just move on to 8th question now quickly. In the absence of other conductors, the surface charge density A is proportional to the charge on the conductor and its surface area. B inversely proportional to the charge and directly proportional to the surface area. C directly proportional to the charge and inversely proportional to the surface area. D inversely proportional to the charge and surface area. Now very clearly charge density is given by what? Charge density is given by Q by A. Surface charge density is Q by A, sigma, right? So from that we can say that sigma is equal to Q by A implies sigma is directly proportional to charge and inversely proportional to area. So hence can we not consider option C as our right choice here? Okay. So thus surface charge density can be written as according to option C here. Is it not directly proportional to the charge and inversely proportional to the surface area? Now let me move on to question number 9 here quickly. A total charge Q is broken into two parts, Q1 and Q2. They are placed at a distance r from each other. The maximum force of repulsion between them will occur. Okay, so maximum force of repulsion between them will occur. Under what condition it will occur, they are asking. Okay, so that means under what charge it will occur. Okay, now take a look at the options now. Accordingly, total charges Q1 plus Q2, that I will take it as Q here. Okay, I'll take this as equation number 1. Then force F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. Now over here, I'll replace Q2 as Q minus Q1. Okay, so hence I can write force F is equal to what? K by R square into bracket Q1 into Q minus Q1 square. Now let me just go ahead and say that for force to be maximum, derivative of force with respect to Q1 must be equal to 0. So if I take the derivative df by dq1 and equate it to 0, then I'll get this as what? Q minus 2q1. Okay, so thus I can say that Q1 is equal to Q by 2, Q2 is also equal to what? Q by 2. So this happens to be the required answer for us. Don't you agree on this? Okay, so this is what we have obtained here. So option happens to be option D here, right? Now 10th question quickly. Let me just move on to question number 10 here. Now three charges 4q, capital Q and small q are in a straight line in the position of 0, L by 2 and L respectively. The resultant force on Q will be 0 if Q, capital Q will be equal to, okay. Now force between 4q and q I'll calculate first. Okay, that is F1 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 4q into q divided by L square. That should be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 4q square by L square. Then we have the force between capital Q and small q. That will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into 4q into q I mean q into capital Q into small q divided by distance is how much? L by 2 here. So divided by L by 2 whole square. Okay. And this must be equal to what? This is equal to 4 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 4 capital Q into small q by L square. Okay. Now if you just compare F1 and F2 equation, don't you feel that you have that ratio into play? We can very easily understand that. So but we want what? F1 plus F2 is equal to 0, is it not? So thus 4q square by L square must be equal to minus 4 capital Q small q by L square. So from this I can very easily get capital Q is equal to minus q. So capital Q is equal to minus q is the required condition that they had asked us to find. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Now let me just move on to the last question quickly. Two small spheres, each having the charge of plus q, are suspended by insulating threads of length capital L from a hook. This arrangement is taken in space where there is no gravitational effect. Then the angle between the two suspensions and the tension in each will be. Okay. Now when this setup is taken to the space, they will get aligned like this. Okay, so that means the angle between the two balls will be two threads will be 180 degree, and the position of the balls in the satellite will become 0. Okay, so for that reason we can say that angle is 180 degree and force is how much? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q square by 2l whole square. Okay, now this is the answer that we are expecting. And with this note, my dear friends, I have come to the end of this session, today's session. Okay, I'll meet you back in my next session, that is tomorrow, with second part of this discussion. Until then, stay safe, study well, okay, be prepared and return back to my session. Thank you. Bye bye.